are we not getting that, solution for the problem?
I think you would also be in a better position because you are an oversight and you've been following audit committees. Look at what is happening in Senate. I saw what Senator Jerarge was speaking about, irrelevance in audit findings, employing staff in counties that were not properly employed, quote unquote, over what you call cost worker. The question, where are the agencies, where EACC? Because we have no short of agencies to run this. I think some other agencies are not doing their work, so that people have developed immune of saying, anyway, if any auditor will say this, what will happen? You see, that attitude is coming because of having a failed institutions who are not doing their task well. They need to do their task well. Again, I'm sure that all hold that the requirements in the courts for a case to go through is where we fail. Whether it's deliberate, it's a budgeted solution on those issues, because a case can come up. You see letters left side from EACC, officers are coming confiscating. Beyond there, nothing has happened. We've seen these people coming scot-free. So how will you tell us now that today people will fear, will imply that fear, the character of avoiding to be contradicted or to be found in the wrong side and using the resource as well. So these people develop, they read, they learn and say, after all, my friend, you only have one chance to live. So if you are there, you mess up, as long as you plan on how to manage to clean your messes. I think that is the wrong attitude where we are going. So sometimes we point a finger on one person and we fail to know that the same constitution has created independent offices away from political influence, away from presidential influence, DCI, EACC, and many other agencies, SRC, So sometimes reports get up to Parliament. Parliament will discuss and they will make a recommendation. You get me?
Right.
Some of the audits raised today, right, you follow up on the follow-up next audit, it doesn't come out. So sometimes you know whether it has been corrected or it was silenced out. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Maybe, you're a representative of the people. You are the voice of the people. You should hold, those in governance on accountability, because you are the voice of the people from a policy standpoint. What are some of the solutions that you have raised or has been raised within Parliament in order to ensure that the budget or the money that is being raised is used for the right things?
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a Parliament, which is an independent arm of government. And that's why most of the time you realize we are constantly engaging agencies, MDAs, on committees. I think for the first time, I don't know the previous parliaments, in this parliament of 2013, even media people you've witnessed, every other time this house of ours, Bunge Towers, is busy, rooms are busy, because we are calling on agencies to come and explain. We are even us, as we are doing finance bill, we are to call the agencies, those who are asking for a review on some policies, to give them latitude to collect, to raise, explain what have you been doing on this one. Because without that explanation, why hurt economy? Why hurt people? That's what we are doing, trying to tighten. It's a progressive thing anyway. But what I'm asking is that, of course, even members of public, we are going to election. Would you mind also, sir, for one reason, sit down and get us good people, get leaders who mean well for the people? Because it's also a character. You can legislate, but you cannot legislate a character.
All right.
You're a
CPA, you're
Yes.
a certified public accountant.
Yes.
You're saying that we're in some sort of rat race, we're constantly borrowing, so we have to constantly repay, and it's bloating our budget. What do you think are some of the, solutions that we can take, not only as a country, but as different ministries, in order to ensure that we do not see a number like this again next year?
First of all, the aspect and the desire of, I should have everything, is an attitude that we must bring down. It's good to speak to ourselves, and I want to pray that even ministries would be here today to see how the cabinet secretary will be struggling to reconcile and to lay the agenda and the focus of the nation. Productivity is everything. Today, tell me, if we focus on health and deliver on health, and Mwananchi feels I go to facility and I'm served well, even this crisis will not be there. Mwananchi will be motivated to produce. You get me? Then we also need to look at now value chain because of other productivity. Look at the value chains in terms of MSMEs, trade sector. I mean, what I'm saying, if every sector gets committed to their work, and we stop this aspect of I should have competition of budgeting for the purpose of amassing, You understand? If all of us, I pray that we get confirmed, we get converted in our mindset and for people, so that you use the little resources. By the time you are preparing an expenditure, look at, clear that expenditure, the outcome of it, and evaluate. If it doesn't pay any results, abandon that one and go for something else. What am I trying to put across? We will lower our recurrent expenditure. That's number one. If counties will help us deliver on other services, so that when they are able to receive services on the ground without looking at national, we will lessen the pressure of duplicating, because it's another aspect of duplicating. Like I was saying, and I've been using this for quite some time, National Police Service Commission and National Police Service. I saw the other day conflicting on the same roles. The parent law is saying commission should do this. The act says the service should do this because of expertise. So what is now, and then in the long run, the work of this one has been, mandate of this one has been taken by this one. So I retain this one, and there's no money, there's no work to be done. You get me? So all those and many other commissions that are several there and other agencies that are over duplicating in nature. I mean, if we stick to our core mandate and reduce on this, we will have no burden of ballooning money here, but let the other agencies who are with the people, counties, do the work. And in the long run, we just retain little resources. If it's agriculture, let them remain with policy aspects. Guide on the national policy where the nation is going, and advise on counties on how they are going to implement the national policy in their programs. Because the two levels of government is one thing at the same time. In the long run, they are serving one agenda, one goal. So if we go that direction, probably we might scale down our budget by another 300 billion. Because as the rate at where we are going, I'm scared to say I don't see us coming down. The only thing we should be struggling is to raise our revenue without adding taxes, but raise by triggering and refocusing this money to sectors that are going to trigger our growth. Like manufacturing, I still cry. This aspect of manufacturing, now we are trying on mining, and that's why we have now sovereign wealth bill. This thing is going, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. And National Infrastructure Fund is a game changer. With effectiveness on this one, we will reduce the pressure on the budget side. And we might only be having a budget for repaying on loans and this, and also will reduce the pressure on borrowing for consolidated fund services, on borrowing for consolidated account. And then commit what you are generating and reinvest for infrastructure. And I want to believe this infrastructure again should be viable enough to generate back, not any other infrastructure, not building a road going to Mheshimiwa's home, and there's nothing for Mheshimiwa to be shown. Build a road that touches many farmers and see farmers producing, increasing their production. And if it is dairy farmers, let us have support in terms of equipment, cooling plants. Let us look at processing this one into a high value product, and let us look at market. If we link this one out of this chain, we will be able to solve our problem. Otherwise, as we only relying on few sectors producing to hit, and we expect the budget to reduce, we are deceiving ourselves.
Right.
We must redirect in our mindset. First of all, in our mindset, that this is not going to be sustainable. We can change regimes because that's why elections are there, but we will not change the problem.
Right.
The problem is going to fall on all of us. And I'm also asking Kenyans, for some reason, let's be rational enough to look at the nitty-gritty issues of our nation. Even as we critique, let us direct and pick out. I've been asking civil society whenever we engage, help us, because we have time and experts to pin out. Some things comes to the floor of the house, they come as a block. We will debate as a block. But that budget, the spread of it, we need someone who has more time to cherry pick and say, look at this. In this budget, we've seen this and this and this and this going here. And then your truly honorable house here will be able to focus on those ones. And because the power of making the budget is here, we are able to remove those money that we may not cut it there, remove and move to where it is relevant. So that we spend what is relevant and reasonable with outcome. Yes.